Clearly a marked man after touchdowns last week against Boston of 14 and 46 yards.
He's been open quite a bit here today.
3rd and 6 from the 39. Robinson with time across the middle, tipped and incomplete, broken up by Highsmith. He was looking for Leonard that time.
This is where, you know, the quarterbacks are going to have to make, and the coaches are going to have to make some adjustments, because the defense has gone in at halftime and made changes. Now the quarterbacks have to see the changes and now adjust their game. The first half, they seem to have a lot more time to pick out the receivers and find the open guys. Now they don't. The defensive coverages are a little bit different for them now, so they have to readjust themselves.
Quay Cox from the 15-yard line is bumped and taken down after a few yards. 45-yard punt, 3 yards on the return. Up on the subway down to Stillwell Avenue. Here at MCU Park, the Mammoths up by 7.
Fxfl is here. 3 major cities, New York, Boston, Omaha, as some of the best talent in the country is on center stage looking to keep their pro football dreams alive.
It's attitude! Woo! It's attitude! It's attitude! One heartbeat! Your heartbeats together as one!
We cannot live with a pick 6, all right? You talking about being accountable to your teammates? You just put 6 up on the board for your defense.
I'm good on that.
For tickets or more information, log on to fxfl.com and follow us on Twitter at FXFL. We'll see you at the game.
Okay, all right. Give me that young Joey. Here we go, bros. On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go.
It's not just about the blade. The shaving gel really matters. Nivea Men's Skin Guard technology for a close, comfortable shave. Nivea Men's Sensitive Shaving Gel. Nivea Men. It starts with you.
With our special birthday party package.
Sandy Buddha's Omaha Mammoths lead the Brooklyn Bolts 13-6 as we continue here in the 3rd quarter. Ed Cohen, Reuben Brown, Harry Chickman on the sideline. Jordan Jefferson trying to lead Omaha to a 3-0 start. Back in a quarterback trips as he hands the ball off. It's Ladarius Perkins, who's taken out by Jordan Dangerfield.
Jordan's done a great job of establishing himself tonight. He's been on a lot of the plays. He's been on a lot of the pass defended. You know, anytime there's a free man, it seems like he's the guy coming up and making that big play to stop that big run. He was pretty much the last guy before the end zone.
Still a good first down run of 7 yards for Perkins. They stick with him on 2nd and 3 from the 27. High snap. Perkins with room on the right side. First down and more. Ladarius Perkins dragged out just past the 40-yard line by Vernon Kearney. First down coming up again for Omaha.
Yeah, it looks like Perkins is finding a few holes here for himself, and it's showing that he has some speed out here on the edge of the offensive line. When you have that much space, he has to gain ground and do what he's done right there. So, you know, good eyes, good play call. It all worked in his favor.
Move the chains up to the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. Fake the give. Jefferson runs into trouble. Taken down by Jameel Merrill. Most recently with the Bears, out of Rutgers.
Jameel read this all the way. He was not fooled. He could actually see the handoff. I don't think the fake was a good enough fake to sell for him to bite on it. He never bit on the fake at all. Great play by him.
Bolts have now combined for 3 tackles for loss.
I was just going to say that. You nailed it right there.
Jamil Merrill competed in the Medal of Honor Bowl. Someone who emerged as a junior at Rutgers, was injured his senior year. Jefferson in more trouble, gets a screen off to Perkins, but the pressure from Earl O'Kine forces a tough throw, and they lose some more.
Well, our right tackle didn't get anything on our Russian defensive end, which he has to get something, because this seems like a screenplay. And the defense, they sniffed it out all the way. They saw it coming and they jumped all over it.
Actually got back to the original line, so 3rd and 19 here from the 32-yard line. No gain on 2nd down. They stick with Perkins in the backfield. Jefferson steps through it again. Now a time across the middle, completes it to the 48-yard line to Gerald Ford. Not that Gerald Ford, the wide receiver out of Valdosta State.
Well, Gerald was smart enough to find himself a hole in the defense, sit down and wait for his quarterback to find him. He saw that the quarterback was under a little duress, but he found a hole where there were no defenders. Quarterback finds him, he gets a catch. Great job.
15-yard pickup, but short of the 1st down, so 4th and 4, and here is Trey Bauer to punt it away again. Deontay Spencer from his own 18-yard line. Shakes a couple tackles and taken down at the 20. Along the water here in New York City. 13-6 Omaha leads it with 4:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. And there is Gerald Ford. Wouldn't you know it, Ruben, the President Gerald Ford, 38th President of the United States, was born in Omaha. So it's only fitting that the wide receiver plays for the Mammoths.
Absolutely. And you know what? A young guy coming from Valdosta State with an opportunity to showcase his talent out here in Brooklyn, New York. Good for him. And I hope to see more highlights from him, or more good plays from him.
Gerald Ford, the president, was also a star at Michigan. He was the center and linebacker on the Wolverines team that won national titles in 1932 and 1933. That's a ways back, but from the gridiron to the Oval Office, he was quite an American.
Hey, who said jocks were dumb?
Who said politicians weren't jocks?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I walked into that one. I like
Michigan, one of 3 schools, didn't know this is coming from our producer Mitch Rubenstein, to have a president and a quarterback that has won 3 Super Bowls.
Get out. Oh my goodness, I may have my kids go to Michigan now.
Mr. Brady and Mr. Ford. Here comes Mr. Huggins, the product of Hofstra, who dances his way past the 35-yard line. And they've been at their best offensively when Kareem Huggins has had some room to run.
Definitely. The offensive line has definitely given them opportunity to make it up to the line of scrimmage. They're getting up to the linebackers and making it tough for those D linemen and the linebackers to come off those blocks to make a tackle on Huggins. And Huggins are making the tough, ugly yards up there.
7-yard gain, so 2nd and 3 from the 38-yard line. Take the handoff. Colton Browning on the run, completes it to Kevin Elliott, just shy of midfield, and 1st down yardage for the Brooklyn Bolts.
I guess Kevin is the #1 read on all the pass plays for Brooklyn, because he is showcased right now. He's catching a lot of the balls, and he's giving the DBs fits for Omaha.
11 games with the Jaguars in 2012, most of those on special teams. Trying to get back on an NFL roster and get time in a receiver. 1st and 10 from the 47, it's Huggins. dancing into Omaha territory, and he's dragged down inside the 40. Taken down by Alonzo Highsmith. And another first down.
Now this is what you like to see from a running back. An arm tackle can't bring him down, and when he gets in space, he turns it up and just makes the positive yards that a running back should make in that situation. So great job of blocking up front, but an even better job of finishing at the running back position.
14 yards on that run. Mario Fannin now in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the 39. Browning has to run. Colton Browning. Was he hit out of bounds? Don't see a flag. He was taken out by JoJo Dixon.
Yeah, JoJo's going to take his chance at a quarterback when he can. Let me tell you, if you can dislodge those quarterbacks from the ball or disrupt them in any way, you take your shot. You have to as a football player, because the quarterbacks are an important position. If you can throw them off by hitting them or anything like that, it's needed.
Ends up picking up 5 yards, and a good job by the officials. What looked like a late hit was in fact a step in bounds. From the 34-yard line, 2nd and 5, clock running at 52 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. This time it's Fannin, the Auburn product. Extra push, gains a couple. And now we'll bring up 3rd and short for Brooklyn, and we'll see if they can get this final play off before the quarter expires.
Yeah, that last play looked like it was doomed from the beginning, because it seemed like all of the Mammoth defense was in the backfield, and gave it a Fannin a tough way to go to find a running lane in there. 3rd and short is manageable down. You could run or pass. I know a lot of people like to pass in this situation, but run is good too.
They'll give it to Fannin. Mario Fannin slowed up. Fatu Ulale got in there for Omaha. Short of the first down, 3rd quarter's over. And a decision for John Bach and his staff to make from the 34-yard line. 4th down coming up. Fxfl broadcast is brought to you by Nivea Men, offering you a clean start. Barclays Center, home to the Brooklyn Nets and soon-to-be New York Islanders, along Flatbush and Atlantic. And here on Surf Avenues in Brooklyn, we get ready to start the 4th quarter with the Omaha Mammoths leading the Brooklyn Bolts 13-6 on our Fxfl Game of the Week. Ed Cohen, Ruben Brown, Harry Chickma, our crew led by Mitch Rubenstein. And a big 4th and 4 right here for the Brooklyn Bolts. They're down by 7 points. Colton Browning's out there. Looks like they're going to go for it in no man's land. Both teams are combined 0 for 13 on 3rd down. Brooklyn coming up short on its last play. So here is Browning. Here comes the blitz. He's going to keep it himself to the outside. Colton Browning dives. It's going to be close. They might have to bring out the chains to measure. First down. Donovan Briggins waving off the chain gang. Let's go down to Harry Chickma.
Thank you very much, Ed. Here was someone who's not a guest. He actually runs the league, the commissioner of the Fxfl, Brian Woods, a great mind in the world of sports, business, and football. Brian, this was your vision, and it keeps on growing. We're very impressed with the fan support here and the great competition.
Yeah, I think this is a great night for us in the Fxfl. You go back to last week, I think we had about 1,200 in attendance, and tonight we got a great atmosphere. We have over, last count, over 3,000 here in attendance, and a great atmosphere, so I'm really enjoying it.
How do you like to see this league, which you've created, give access to fans and help these guys on the field?
Well, I think you see that right here in this section over here. You got a rowdy crowd. Every time the Omaha team is down here, they're taunting them and they're interacting with them, and that's just not something you get in traditional professional football. Here we're really putting the fans close to the action, and I think it's got them excited. And these same people are going to be here every week now.
Very exciting partnership. Nivea Men sponsoring the league now. We saw the halftime show really throughout the game. Tell me about this partnership.
It's great. I mean, this is our first formal partnership with the Fxfl. We're excited about it. You know, this league is about giving players a clean start, if you will, and that's their slogan right now and their men's product line. So I think the partnership with Nivea Men and the alignment with Nivea is an exceptional one and one that was a perfect fit for us.
Nivea Men, very exciting. I know the players like getting their gift bags today and they're having a clean start on the field. Meanwhile, what do you like about the field? I know you're a player as well. How do you like these teams competing?
Well, these are probably two of our best teams in our inaugural season, in the Brooklyn Bolts and the Omaha Mammoths. And I think you're seeing a competitive game out there tonight, and there's a good product on the field.
Brian Woods, thanks for everything. Congratulations on a great night. You heard it from the commissioner, Brian Woods. Back up to you guys.
All right, Harry. Well, Brian mentioned the talent on these two teams. Colton Browning with a 10-yard run to the outside gives Brooklyn a first down from the 18 of Omaha. Here's Mario Fannin up the gut. Fannin trying to pick up a couple of more yards. Taken down by Tyson Hartman out of Kansas State, former Kansas City Chief. So Colton Browning making some big plays. First, the fourth down conversion, and now setting up another new set of downs.
Totally great job with his legs back there, and you have to give some kudos to Deontay Spencer for an outstanding block to help his quarterback get an extra few yards there before he went out of bounds. But I really like the Brooklyn commitment to the run game.
This is the 11th play of the drive. 2nd and 6 from the Omaha 14. Brown to throw, wide open, Elliott reaching. And he's inside the 5-yard line. First and goal coming up for the Brooklyn Bolts, down by 7.
I would say a little advice for the Mammoths. Number 15, double cover him. Get a few people over there on him somehow. He's having an outstanding game. He's really causing fits for the DBs on the Mammoths. He's having a good day today.
First and goal from the 4. High formation. It's Fannin. Couple more yards closer to the goal line. Well, you mentioned Kevin Elliott, Ruben. 5 catches for 72 yards. And of course, the 2 touchdowns last week.
Outstanding job again today. He's showing progress. He's making some big plays. I would have liked to see him dive out and make that one catch in the end zone down there. But right now they're in, I would say, run all 4 down territory down here on the goal line. They ran in last time. Let's see if they do it again.
Fannin picked up 1 last time. Some pressure, corner of the end zone, jump ball, Elliott, did he get in? No. Out of bounds, and look at him come back into the field of play saying I was in there.
Now that particular play was made famous by the one and only Randy Moss. They used to throw that high in the corner all the time for him, and he would come up with it. I would say Kevin needs a little bit work on spacing himself and figuring out where the sideline is and such. So he can give himself some room to catch the ball inbounds as opposed to catching it and going out of bounds.
14th play of the drive. Number 53, Johnny Millard, the linebacker, in at fullback. 3rd and goal from the 3. Fannin eaten up by the defense, and leading the charge was Joe Dixon. So they did run it. 1st and 3rd down. Now it's 4th and goal. They're still at the 3 after this.
Yeah, that's a tough call they got to make. Penetration always kills the run play, and if no one's picking up their guy, a free man comes in and tackles the running back for a loss at a crucial time too.
They actually lose 3 there, so 4th and goal from the 6. Brooklyn down 13-6. 15th play of the drive, and they need to get in. Here's Browning. Has to scramble. Browning still on his feet. Did he get in? Referees confer. Bolts saying touchdown. They're going to confer, Ruben.
Oh, it was a pretty gutsy play for him to try to take it in with his legs.
It's either a touchdown or a turnover on downs. Donovan Briggins, the referee, he was going to let them make the call. And now the 4 officials will confer and see if that last jolt from Colton Browning was good enough. Whoop. 1 second, gotta be sure. They do not have the benefit of replay, unlike the NFL. They want to get it right.
The ruling on the field is a touchdown. The ball hit the pile, gives Brooklyn a touchdown.
All right.
Took a while, but
we got it
that's
right.
the call.
Here he is, gutsy play, using his body, going for the pylon.
Question is, did the ball cross the plane?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what you call sacrifice right there. Young man, he just threw his body into towards the goal line in hopes for a touchdown, and he got it.
Now, Marsh missed the extra point back in the first quarter. It's a 1-point game with 10:09 to go. This is a 35-yard attempt. Robinson has it down this time. Again, no good. And it remains 13-12, Omaha. 15-play drive, Colton Browning. Every inch counts. It's a 1-point game in Brooklyn. And here in Brooklyn, Omaha Mammoths lead the Brooklyn Bolts 13-12. What a drive for the Bolts. Colton Browning gets in, but Nick Marsh misses his second extra point, and this remains a 1-point game. Kickoff taken at the 4-yard line here by Greg Harden. Out to the 30, and then the 35.
Flag.
The stop made by number 34, Michael Parker.
Sandy Buddha, head coach of the Mammoths. What a drive for Brooklyn. Spanned almost 9 minutes. 15 plays, 80 yards.
I think that's what they've been looking for the whole game.
During the return, blocking the back. Return team number 56. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So Alonzo Highsmith moves them back.
Drives like that are always momentum builders. They always give your defense, obviously, a rest, but also gives your offense some confidence coming back out onto the field the next go around, because they've run a series of plays and they got a good idea of what the defense could possibly throw at them now, because they've been out there that much. So it's up to the Mammoths to try to answer.
Well, not much happened with Jefferson at quarterback. He struggled, and now Brock Jensen, who scored twice himself on the ground, back in a QB from the 25-yard line. And this is Dominique Whaley with the first down carry of 5 yards. Johnny Millard, Len Stanley, able to bring him down to 2nd down and 5 here for Omaha. And again, they might have given up that long drive, but they're still up by a point. The extra point, something the NFL's watching, a 35-yard kick, really creating havoc right now for the Bolts.
Totally, and it can be a separator for an outstanding kicker. A kicker that can really make these easy kicks. It can really separate him from the rest of the pack.
Contact at the line. Question is, Who went first? Bronson Irwin was pushed back from his left guard spot.
He threw up the hands. That means he didn't do it. It wasn't his fault. You know, when an offensive lineman knows he's not at fault, he's going to give you every sign to let you know he didn't do it.
Encroachment, defense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
He was innocent and now proven not guilty.
Yes, yes. Well, folks, I tell you right now is the meat and potato times of the game, the fourth quarter. And this is when the game is won. What happens here? The mistakes are compounded.
Second down and 1 after the penalty. Ball up to the 34-yard line. Under 9 to go in the fourth quarter. Omaha with the ball leading by 1. Bad snap. Jensen recovers quickly. Now on the run. Has to get it away and throws it out of bounds. Jameel Merrill, after the bobbled snap, was coming at him and knocked him down. And third and short coming up now for the Omaha Mammoths.
Definitely a manageable down, but you know, probably would have had a first down had he figured, you know, got a good clean snap, and it just didn't happen.
Merrill came close to a late hit there on the quarterback, but no flag. Brock Jensen signed and released by the Dolphins, re-signed again when Matt Moore was injured, finally cut on August 11th, and here he is now in the Fxfl. And he gives to Whaley, who's dropped for a loss by Glenn Stanley. This guy out of Albany State in Georgia, much traveled, and really coming through for the second straight game and showing his skill.
Yes, he's really having a bang-up game out here tonight. I mean, tackle for loss. That means someone's not accounting for him. Either he's one man in the scheme that they didn't account for, or someone missed their assignment or didn't have a good block, and he capitalized on that. And then rightfully so. That is what this league and that is what football is about, capitalizing on mistakes.
Barrow back on a punt, almost blocked. Bounces out, Spencer will let it bounce. Vernon Kearney was close to it. Good thing he didn't touch it, part of the return team. And it results in a punt of 50 yards. 7:50 left, Omaha clinging to a 1-point lead. Famed Cyclone in Coney Island, and the Brooklyn Bolts getting the ball back. They're down 13-12 with under 8 minutes to play. Not much doing on first down. Kareem Huggins stopped in his tracks. Might have lost a yard. A late flag comes in, and we await the penalty.
Yeah, this has been a penalty-laden game, you know. And that's in some ways to be expected out here. You know, these are developing players. These are players that are going to be interchanged here and there. Some are going to go back into the NFL, and a few are only here for a short period of time. So you expect a few mistakes, but you don't want the mistakes that are I would say easily correctable, like offsides penalties, just nonsense.
Illegal hands to the face. Defense number 21. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Javon Harris out of Oklahoma.
Penalties like that, they're sometimes subjective, depending on the crew, depending on the officiating crew. Some guys might call that tight, some might call it loose. Loose meaning they won't call it at all. So, you know, that's subjective. You know, that's a hard penalty to try to coach and say, don't do it.
5-yard penalty and a first down for the 24-yard line. Browning, after faking the handoff, looks downfield through the hands of his top target, Kevin Elliott.
Looked like he had got banged up here after he threw the ball. I'd say the one thing that I'm noticing from these quarterbacks tonight, if they don't get their feet set early, it makes it tough for them to find their open target, and they're waiting a little too long to release the ball in some situations. Now, early on, I saw a few of them and get the ball out with nice quickness. But as the game has progressed and the defensive coverages have changed and the routes have changed, they seem to be a little bit slower in getting the ball out of the pocket.
2nd and 10 here from the 24-yard line. Brooklyn with the ball, they're down by a point. Browning, here comes the rush, gets through it, gets to another tackle, but can't get through the last one. JoJo Dixon finally brought him down as the clock runs, approaching 7 minutes to go.
These are the types of hits that add up at the quarterback position, and that's something that a coach does not want to see. He does a great job of using his legs to escape the rush, to get around. These are the attributes you want to see from a quarterback, but you have to have a clock in your head that knows when to get down.
That's 5 tackles for loss now for the Omaha D. 3rd and 11 for Brooklyn, trailing 13-12. Showing blitz, they back off. Browning to the outside. Into the bench area, and incomplete. So they get the benefit of the hands to the face penalty, but they cannot do anything with it. 6:15 to go, and they'll bring on the punting unit and Nick Marsh.
I think Browning got bumped around a little bit that series, and it affected him on this last throw that he threw. You know, he just doesn't seem comfortable. And they came off the field, he looked like he was limping quite a bit and holding his side. So I would say, like earlier, those hits add up.
Brooklyn now 0 for 8 on 3rd down here tonight. That's not going to win many games.
Not at all.
Quay Cox going to field this bouncing ball. Cox sees some room down the sideline before he's dragged out of bounds. He smelled something there and picked up a couple of yards on what otherwise would have been a long bounce the other way. 16-yard return.
I have to say the coverage on punt and kickoff has been solid, so the special teams coaches can definitely, you know, say there's been good coverage.
Upcoming schedule in the Fxfl next week. It's on to Boston, Harvard Stadium for the Brawlers and the Bolts. Second meeting in 3 weeks. Then it's Boston at Omaha. The Black Tips will come here to MCU Park, and then another game on television. Brooklyn and Omaha. They'll meet this time at TD Ameritrade Park. Beautiful venue, downtown Omaha, home of the College World Series. Short pickup on 1st down to midfield to the tight end. First catch of the game for Matt Thayer. Out of town score, the Boston Brawlers looking for their first win, and they lead the traveling Black Tips 22-10, and they're in the 4th quarter at Harvard Stadium. Boston with Taj Boyd. We saw him struggle last week against Brooklyn. We've seen Jordan Jefferson of Omaha struggle here tonight out of LSU. So these big name guys against this Brooklyn defense hasn't gone according to plan.
Yes, Brooklyn has had a pretty formidable front up here, and the linebacker core, like we said, has done an outstanding job of stopping the run.
It's Perkins on 2nd down. Perkins still going. Perkins turns a corner. Perkins across the 30. Ladarius Perkins, big run for the Omaha Mammoths. Awesome. 36 yards.
Awesome. And who's his lead blocker out here in front of him? I mean, he's got a convoy going down the sideline. What a great job of blocking downfield. Downfield blocking is the key to long runs. A lot of people think it's a running back that can just break the ball at the line of scrimmage. It's helped downfield by receivers and others that are blocking the DBs and the guys down the field. Great job right here. And this is Perkins. I've been looking for him to shine all day, and he had a great run by him.
Ran for 30 yards in his first 5 carries, now at 66. 1st and 10 from the 14. Perkins again on the sweep. Gets by 2 tacklers, and then he gets inside the 10-yard line. He's dragged down by Corey Williams out of Southern Miss. Second down coming up. Omaha trying to extend a 1-point lead.
When you have the momentum like this in the fourth quarter, driving into the end zone, you keep handing the ball off as much as possible until they stop it. Now, the Brooklyn defense has been known to stop the run, and that right here in the fourth quarter, they're catching a little trouble trying to pin the running game of the Mammoths down right now.
And the clock is not in Brooklyn's favor. Under 4 to play. 2nd and 4 coming up from the 8. And that 1 point just critical right now. Again, it's Perkins. Wrapped up. LaKendrick Ross. The blind side, Michael Orr, right? He's
Yes.
similar.
Yes, LaKendrick Ross from Lynchburg, Virginia. Finds his big body, shoves some guys around. It just comes off and makes a play. How you teach, that's exactly how you teach it from the defensive line position. Now, offensively, our O-lineman needs to get down. He needs to bend his knees and get down underneath that big guy and push him.
3rd and 2 from the 6. Jensen looking to the end zone, off the hand of his intended receiver. Looking for Gerald Ford in the back of the end zone. 4th down and 2 from the 6. 2:56 to go.
Jensen needed a tad bit more touch on that pass, or it would have been 6. He threw it out over the outstretched arms. Just a little too much on it.
Timeout called by the Mammoths. They're going to think this one through. Now, it's a 1-point game. If you kick the field goal, take a 4-point lead, Omaha would have, or rather Brooklyn would have to score a touchdown. Or do you try to convert on 4th down, maybe score, and worst case, you leave Brooklyn pinned in their own territory?
I'm of the philosophy, run into their no more downs. All right. If it's 4th down, you don't make it, they're on their 1 or 2, and they have a long way to go. And the odds are, what are the percentages? We got a stat guy here. What are the percentages of scoring from the 99-yard line? It's probably 1 in 100 or so. You need Tony Dorsett on Monday night in order for that to happen. You know?
They have Kareem Huggins. They have Mario Fannin.
Yeah.
And they're going the other way from you.
Right.
Sandy Buddha is bringing on Trey Barrow. And they're lining up for a field goal. 24-yard attempt, trying to make this a 4-point margin. Jensen to hold. Marcus Height will snap it. Blocked!
Huge.
With 2:50 to go, it's a 1-point game.
I'd like to see where that block came from. That's 32.
Watch 32, Darren Wilson got in there in the nick of time.
Great job by him. He did exactly what he was taught. He extended his hands out in front of him. Oddly enough, a lot of guys extend their hands straight up in the air, opposed to out in front of them, where, you know, the natural trajectory of the ball, you know, would put it right into their hands.
Kick went through the end zone, so it's a touchback, and now 1st and 10 from the 20 for Brooklyn. 2:51 to go. They're down 13-12. And it is Kareem Huggins picking up about 5 yards. Extra points, the big story. Omaha missed 1, Brooklyn missed 2. That's why they're down a point. Nick Marsh, wide right. And then again, a chance to tie it. The wind took care of that one. Kick off or extra points in the 35 yards out here in the FXFL. Now it's Robinson looking for Elliott. Almost intercepted.
Great play by Elliott to break up the pass because it seemed as though it was a for sure interception right there.
Jared Bryant, 6'3". Watch him climb the ladder and nearly has the pick.
Definitely. Great play by Elliott to come back for the ball. But great defense. The defense is all over this now. They can see where the ball is going, and they're breaking on it before the quarterback throws it.
3rd and 5 from the 25. Brooklyn with the ball down by 1, but they're 0 for 9 on 3rd down, and now movement. Looked like Alex Bullard on the left side of the line.
False start. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Crushing.
These are the things you can't have in key situations. There are mistakes that happen throughout the entire game, but you don't want them in key situations. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock. You have to drive down the field and you jump off sides. That's a no-no.
5 penalties for 45 yards. And now 3rd and 10. Back at the 20. 0 for 9 on 3rd down. Low snap. Robinson handles. Looks at a double coverage. Catch made. A.C. Leonard. A huge one.
AC is really shining. I said he has soft hands, and how he put that big body in between 3 defenders, I don't know. But he did a great job.
We have hit the 2-minute warning, and the Bolts still with some life. Robinson to Leonard, move the chains. Bolts down 1, but they're driving. Harbor. 2-minute warning, 4th quarter, and the Omaha Mammoths leading Brooklyn 13-12. Brooklyn after a 1st down by A.C. Leonard. Looking for Leonard. Robinson's pass a little behind him, tipped it incomplete. Tyson Hartman dropped into coverage.
He wants that back. He wants that back because that ball was over the top, touchdown. Oh, the wind must have got it or something out there because the wind is picking up out here. But let me tell you, it's 2-minute time. Every team in the NFL practice this, and if you want to be a quarterback in the NFL, know how to run the 2-minute drill to perfection. You will get a shot.
2nd and 10 from the 36. Brooklyn down a point. Go to the ground this time. It's Huggins dancing to the outside. Not much. Maybe a yard or 2. Antonio Marshall got there first for Omaha. And now the dreaded 3rd down. Just 1 conversion so far for Brooklyn.
Great job by Marshall in the game, keeping him inbounds opposed to letting him get out of bounds where he would have been able to stop the clock. Now we have an injury timeout down on the field.
Player down is for Omaha. Since they're on defense, injury timeout, they lose a timeout, gives them 1 left. And JoJo Dixon, who has played on practice squads with the Jaguars, Browns, Jets, and Cardinals, now being helped up.
And had just come off making a really good play not too long ago. So
this is week 3 in the FXFL. 2 undefeateds in these closing minutes. Omaha Mammoths trying to get to 3-0. Brooklyn Bolts coming off a win against Boston last week. Now it's a 27-20 win. They rallied for the go-ahead score. And then in the closing minutes, they went for it on 4th down to seal the game. And it worked. And they picked up their first win. Black Tips and Brawlers also meeting. And Boston, last time we checked, with the 4th quarter lead, looking for their first win. Brooklyn with all 3 of its timeouts. 1:41 to go, but they're 1 of 10 on 3rd down. And this is a 3rd and 8 from their own 38-yard line.
huge 3rd down.
Robinson with time. Robinson looking deep. Leonard, he's got it. A.C. Leonard. 50-yard catch. Clock's running, 1:25 to go.
They have to get up really quick, get set. Well, if it didn't work the first time, well, let's go back to it again. And this time he connects on it. He gets the right route, the right throw, everything works for him. Great job. And AC, our big tight end with the soft hands.
4 catches, 106 yards. Clock's running. John Bach doesn't want to leave any time for Omaha if Brooklyn can score. 52 seconds. 1st and 10 from the Mammoths 13. And before the snap false start is going to move them back. So 1st and 15 coming up. They'll be dropped back to the 18-yard line. They let a lot of time come off the clock, with the thought being they don't want to leave any time left if they score.
Now, right here, a lot of
False
times.
start, offense number 81. The 5-yard penalty. The clock was running inside of a minute. It's going to be a 10-second runoff. Please reset the game clock to 37 seconds. 37 seconds.
Huge.
Now, in a lot of situations, you say
My
a
signal.
penalty backing you up is a bad thing. Well, when you're tight on the goal line, sometimes it's a good thing to give yourself some space, because you know you're probably going to throw down there. So, good, bad, let's see how it turns out.
Remember, Brooklyn does have 3 timeouts, so they can use the middle of the field here.
Absolutely.
13-12 Omaha. Clock now running. Robinson throwing, end zone, off the hand of Deontay Spencer.
A little high out there, a little higher, you would have had 6 points. And the blitz was coming. The blitz was on one more man than they could have. Smart move to slide over, and knowing the blitz is coming, and give yourself some extra time and to help that receiver to come open. Just overthrew it a little too much.
A.C. Leonard got him down to this point, a 50-yard reception. And earlier on this drive, hauled in the only 3rd down conversion of the game for Brooklyn. 2nd and 15 now for the 18. On the ground this time, Huggins, a draw play, couple of yards. Now they have 3 timeouts to use. They use 1 now to freeze the clock at 23 seconds. What do you make of that 2nd down call?
You know, I'm always run. You know, I kind of figure he's going for the field goal here then. If he's definitely going to attempt a draw play to kind of center yourself, put yourself in the middle of the field so you have a straight-on kick opposed to out on the hash or something like that. With the time running down, it all makes sense.
Yep.
It all adds up. We're not here to critique the coaches too much.
No.
We want to critique the players. But smart move. That's a smart move. It's a veteran coaching move to do that.
Now, Nick Marsh, kicker for Brooklyn, has missed a pair of extra points. That is why it's a 1-point game, but he just might get a shot at redemption. We'll see what happens here on 3rd and 13. They've used only 1 of their 3 timeouts.
Gives them some room to work with only 23 seconds, 23.6 seconds on the clock. Well, I would say look for our guy, A.C. Leonard.
He's number 81. He's lined up on the right side with Elliott. Robinson steps up, tripped up, and fighting his way back, maybe a little shy of the original line. Timeout again for Brooklyn. That leaves him with 1 left, but it's 4th down, 16 seconds to go.
2nd timeout.
And Nick Marsh with the ultimate chance at redemption here in the 2nd game for the Bolts.
Well, you got to say a lot about the Mammoth defensive front to get up there and get some pressure on a key down, cause a sack or a tackle for no gain, to bring out the kicking unit opposed to them having a real good attempt at going into the end zone or throwing the ball up for grabs. So let's see if our kicker can redeem himself.
He missed 2 extra points. Those were 35-yard kicks. This one is about 36. He is kicking towards the Atlantic Ocean. He missed 1 extra point on this end.
A slight breeze, slight.
John Aikman to snap it. Corey Robinson to hold. And Omaha with 1 timeout remaining, and they use it now to freeze Marsh. And what feels like freeze with the wind really picking up.
Yeah. You know what? The wind was not blowing as hard as until he called the timeout. If he only would have known, he would have let him kick with the wind picking up. But it's still difficult. It's nothing's given. You know, you have to do it. That's why we play the game.
Nick Marsh, former kicker at Utah and Rutgers,